2.
Welcome back, people. We back. The fuck started over. Come on.
Keep going. I can edit this.
Oh.
3, 2.
Welcome back. This is OTM Muddy Waters Podcast. I'm with our CEO, Chino. I'm with CFO, man, Sauceleesmith, and you know who it is. It's Jahtheauthor. Muddy Waters Podcast Part 2, and we're talking about the negatives of social media.
Yes, sir. CEO speaking, man. Yes, sir. Upcoming announcements. So I'd just like to say, OTM, we taking a little rest month for ourselves because we had a hell of a year, man. So we just getting mentally, physically, spiritually prepared for 2026. All I got to say is be on the lookout, man. OTM taking over on all aspects.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, so to get the podcast started, we're talking about negative aspects on social media. So I would like to start off by saying social media and the spiritual, you feel me? Distracted minds equal distracted souls, you feel me? So when we talking about the negative impact on social media, it's basically on basically on your feed, you know? So if your feed is looking distraction or a bunch of women, a bunch of drugs, or anything that's not productive, that's where your mindset is going to be. You feel me? That's where your soul is going to be attached to. So if you feel like I'm not getting no better, I'm stuck, you got to change what you're looking at. You got to change what you're receiving. How y'all feel about that?
See, me personally speaking, like, look, it's all about what you consuming, and what you consume is just more than what you eat. You know what I'm saying? So, like, surroundings matter, what you're hearing matter, and especially what you're seeing. Phone be in your pocket 24/7. If you open up your phone and the first thing you see is somebody smoking weed or a girl twerking, it's just like that's where your mind gonna be at. My social media feed, I'm looking at people work out, I'm looking at people run their businesses, I'm looking at something joyful, something happy. So that's just how the way the game go.
Okay, so to piggyback off that, was your feed always like that, or did you have to grow and change your feed to help develop?
I think, especially when we first started OTM and what everybody agreed to and how we was gonna operate, it definitely changed tremendously. Because at first it was a bunch of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It was a bunch of people smoking weed, drinking, partying, having fun, but it was just like they doing it every weekend. But that's all I'm seeing. You ain't got nothing else to your life. You ain't got no other flavor, no sauce to your life. You don't work out. You don't got no business. You ain't making no money. That was the biggest thing though. It's like you going out people be going out every weekend making $14, $25 an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
Yeah, and it's like you kind of like fell like into that trap of going out every weekend, drinking and smoking weed every weekend, every day, just because you can. Huh?
Yeah, facts.
So it's like, I would like to say within OTM, that helped me too, because my feed used to be, you know, kind of like the same thing, a bunch of women. I'm liking pictures all day, liking videos. I'm like, damn, these Instagram baddies, like, they different, you feel me? But it's like, I got tired of looking at that personally. Like, if even if I don't care how bad you is, you feel me? Like, all that picture, like, no, I like to see women starting business now. I like to see women with side hustles.
Yeah, facts.
So it's like, I don't even want you on my feed. I'm going to mute you. Like, everything you posting, you feel me? If I don't think it's any type of productive or some type of hustle or some type of grind,
facts.
you feel me? So another topic is, going on that, is losing identity in comparison or validation. So,
man, that's a big one. Bro.
That's a big one because people.
So real quick,
yeah.
What does validation mean to you?
Validation means, basically approval. You know, wanting to be accepted. So people can look for that. You can look for that from in people. You can look for that in children.
Your communities you in,
you feel me? People that you're looking
teammates,
up to, just seeking validation from somebody else because you don't have that validation within yourself.
Yeah,
so that also comes from social media, which is another negative outlook.
Yeah. So is seeking validation a bad thing in every scenario? Because in some sort, it's like you want to be accepted. If I'm a basketball player and let's say I'm the best shooter in the NBA, if I'm the best shooter in college, or I'm the best shooter in high school,
you want to be acknowledged as that.
I've been putting up 1,000 shots a day for the past year. You know what I'm saying? So is there a such thing? Because is there such thing as healthy validation? Because you should be acknowledged
the reason,
at some point for the work you've put in.
The reason why I say it's healthy validation because you have something called healthy competition. That's what we have in OTM.
Right.
I see Tim go run 4 miles. Okay, he do 4, I'm going to do 5. Even with you went out in the rain.
Yeah.
You went out in the rain.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. That
hoodie.
day I did not go do the rain that day. It was too cold, but I did do some calisthenics.
Oh, okay.
No
facts. So to go back on the topic, the validation thing, is a such thing as a healthy validation, is a such thing as a unhealthy validation. You know, so going back off me personally, when I was playing football, you know, like I'm doing extra work just to make sure, you feel me, I'm at my tip-top shape, tip-top performance. So, boom, if I'm doing this throughout the week, when the game time has come or whatever people like to compare that to, I want the ball just the same time, you feel me?
Yeah.
I didn't got throughout the week or just how I prepare myself. So if I'm thinking I'm finna get the ball 50 times, I expect to get the ball close to 50 times, you know?
Yeah.
But if I'm not getting that, then that's kind of like seeking validation too, because I put in all this work, I feel like I should be rewarded.
No,
you
facts.
know, and that's the same with Instagram. It's like going back to the females, like if you see how long a female takes to get picture ready for Instagram, then you will understand, okay, then you know what they're posting their pictures for. They're seeking validation because they didn't put on their makeup, they didn't thought about this fit, about the background.
Absolutely.
You feel me? So yeah, they want
social media
all these comments, they want all these likes, you know?
Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt what you said.
I think it's also about what you're seeking, though.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like with validation, it's like, what are you seeking? Are you seeking to prove yourself, or are you seeking to prove other people wrong, or are you just doing this because you think it's cool? It's like all about what you're seeking. Me personally speaking, I don't really seek external validation. It's really about how the way I feel about myself. That's why I'm being able to be consistent, being able to do what I do naturally, and just have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like we ain't gonna blame social media, but I do feel like people, like how the way people view and perceive social media, that's how it changes everything. Because some people really think like with OTM, like all this stuff we doing, they think it's our life, bro. Not knowing we have real lives outside of OTM. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
for sure. Now, I mean, validation on social media is false because the world validates the wrong things. You know, like for instance, you can have the same amount of followers, but if I post a picture of me standing in a library, I may get a certain amount of interactions, meaning comments, likes. But if I post myself on a yacht,
like
I'm going to have more people like my photos. So it's like social media shows the validation of what people would like for themselves. And I think it brings selfishness out because it's like more, it sounds crazy. You get more likes when you do the flashy post, but it's like most of the people that's liking you are still hating on you.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they'll like it, you feel me? Just because, like it looked like he popping it, but on the inside, they not really they not really supporting you or behind you. They just like the image that you putting out.
And sometimes they like it just so they can show people that they know you.
It also, this is another thing too. I'm glad you said that. Sometimes people just keep you around just in case.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And mind you, we know them people. Like mind you, we muddy. You know what I'm saying? We muddy. We know exactly who you are. We gonna make sure we post this first when we post this shit online. We know exactly who you are. So all the faking and flogging, we ain't going for it. But that's just how the world is, bro.
Nah, for sure.
So to speak on the next thing, effects on creativity and original thought. So I would like to say social media has a big part in that when it comes to creativity and original thought. People love the copycat nowadays. Like even adding your own little twist, you still copycat. You know?
Facts.
But that's just what was made popular, you know, just through social media. Without social media, you can't see what somebody in China doing. You can't see what somebody in California doing. So I have no choice but to use my original thought and my own creativity. Now with social media, I can look at somebody all the way in another city, another country, and be like, oh, yeah, I like that. I'm finna do that. You feel me? So it's like, it does take away from creativity and original thought, but
I'm gonna go against you partially on that statement. I think social media does breed creativity, and I think it's allowing us to see the most creative us as humans, individuals can be. Social media, you know what I'm saying? You see people get creative with Canva. You see people get creative with Instagram Live. You see people get creative with all this different content. But original thinking, I actually think social media has a harm on original thinking because of algorithm.
Yeah.
The data that they get from the posts you like or the people you reach out to or the comments you leave builds an algorithm for them to say, hey, instead of you figuring out what you like, we're going to send you what we think you like.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's harming us because our attention span is damaged because of that. But also, social media is not allowing people to think for themselves in the sense of we only want to use social media. And the word that I actually like is brain rot.
Yeah.
People are okay with scrolling for 3 hours, and then you ask them literally, what did you just watch? They can't tell you.
Yeah.
The only thing they can do is show you the DMs of the reel that they just sent to somebody else.
Yeah.
But it's like, what did that do for your thinking? How did that
Exactly.
stimulate? How did that ignite? How did that keep you? So it's like original thinking. I feel like social media harms because there is very less originality because we have more copycats.
Exactly.
You can get famous for a reel.
Mm-hmm.
I can recreate that reel, take your face off it, use your voice, and act it out with my lips,
And get more.
and get
than
more
what the
views.
original-
And it's
Yeah.
all because I use your template that worked for you to my advantage.
And then they call that remixing,
Right.
Which is crazy. And also
Remixing,
another
for
thing
sure.
about social media, bro, if y'all ever pay attention, it's like they call people social media users,
Mhm.
not customers. Social media users. Like when they use the word user, it's addiction for sure. Like social media is highly addictive too.
Right.
And that's another thing. It's like for me, it's like I put a limit on myself. I put a limit on my phone,
Mhm.
20 minutes per app.
Yep.
Once I'm on there for 20 minutes, I'm done. And my phone tell me I click off of it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's really not healthy being on your phone anyway like that. And I don't even like dome scrolling because I want to.
So
I
let-
also want to be in an environment where I'm actually learning and growing. Like not every second, but I want to get something valuable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
hold on,
let's stay
Xavier.
right
Hold
there,
on,
bro.
Xavier.
Yeah, I
Let's,
want to
let's
stay right
yeah, we're gonna
there.
stay right here, but let's talk about the chasing the viral instead of chasing the value. You know, so when it comes to that, I'm chasing the viral because I just want to get the money. I want to get the likes. I want to get
Mhm.
the publicity. But if I'm chasing value, I'm thinking long term. I'm thinking
Right.
about what I want. I'm thinking about what makes a bigger impact.
Right.
So how do y'all feel about that? Do y'all think social media is taking away from that?
Yes, I feel from what how I use social media and how I see other people use social media, it's more about the viral moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like for instance, the tenderism bit.
Yeah.
The guy did tenderism. I didn't seen people pull a stick out of a corn dog talk about tenderism. I didn't seen Boss Man D-Lo drop a new song and he had a bar about tenderism. It's
Mhm.
like you ain't never in your life think of no brisket or no tenderism as a rapper, but because social media
Yeah.
brought this tenderism
And
phrase
made that
out,
viral and popular.
it's like, oh man, for me to make my new song hot, if I bring in a current trend, I should get a clip that's gonna boom for social media.
Yeah.
So strategically,
Yeah, it's just phenomenal.
it's genius.
yeah.
Strategically, but in the, you know what I'm saying,
At the end, you feel me?
it's really not yours. It's really not.
Because go back to that Boss Man
Value.
D-Lo, he made a viral song, like, yeah, but did you make the best song like possible
No,
for you?
You made a
And
song based off the trend.
Exactly. So how long you think that song gonna be hot? You gonna have to come up
Yeah.
with another trend every time you dropping, which is
Facts.
taking the viral over the value. Because if he was talking about value, you feel me, he would be making music strictly based on what he doing and all that, like when he first dropped,
Yeah.
which made him hot. You
Yeah,
feel me?
yeah,
'Cause
good
you
artist
talking
times,
about
you know what I'm saying?
stuff that pertains to you and stuff that you value. You feel
Right,
me? But
yeah.
when you trying to follow trends and keep up with trends, and it's like you're not really talking about the
Yeah.
value no more. You just chasing the clout because
Yeah.
you already got the clout or whatever. So now you just figuring out ways to stay on top instead of like, fuck all that. Like I'm finna just be focused on what I want and what I think is
Facts,
best. You
yeah.
know?
That's how. Yeah, I mean, good artist timeless, bro. So I feel like chasing trends is always, and then it's too much to keep up with. You got to be on.
Exactly.
It's like the news, bro. Like in order for you to have the hottest news article, you,
You
got
gotta
to
stay on top of
yes,
it.
Crypto,
Man.
you got to be on top of it.
TMZ, for example, man, the most current the news was, the better the news was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So for sure. So I'm not trying to talk about TMZ, but indeed. So I got some stats for us because we're talking about the negative social media, right? Muddy Media Part 2. And there were, so what I did was I did my research on scientific studies, right? And I realized I literally went to the web. I also went to ChatGPT. But I asked the web and ChatGPT what were some scientific studies that happened within the past decade that showed the negatives of social media. And one of them that came up was from the mental.jmir publications. This is online, but they did a test pretty much, right? And it was a systematic search was conducted to identify studies in adolescents and young adults using a database, Engineering Village, PsycInfo, PubMed, and Web of Science. A total of 18 studies were identified with a total of 9,269 participants, right? The results of this test was our meta-regression shows moderate but statistically significant correlations between problematic social media uses, and it was linked to depression, anxiety, and stress.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And so those things, I feel like depression, anxiety, and stress have magnified, if not multiplied, because of social media.
yeah.
Definitely.
Due to what we talked about earlier,
Comparison.
validation.
Validation and comparison.
So
feel me?
when I think about America, right? America, I believe we have 347,863,860 people. We have 10,000 births per day. We have 8,000 deaths per day. And we have 3,369 immigrants entering per day. So it's safe to say the U.S. is growing fast, growing big, growing fast and strong. So I brought all these stats to show was, right, I wanted to study how has the U.S. literacy, math scores, science scores, how have they been affected within the past 10 years since the social media boom? And what I found was quite interesting, right? So the U.S.
It's disturbing.
Right. So the U.S., land of the free, home of the brave, we have one of the best educations in the world.
I love how you put the quotations because
Right.
that's what we say.
Right,
What is
without a
the-
doubt.
What are the facts and the statistics?
Right, for sure. And so in math, the U.S. is ranked 26th globally.
What about reading?
Reading, the U.S. is in the top 10.
Okay.
In writing, we're in the top 10. Those are our our strongest suits are reading and science.
Okay.
Reading, we're top 10, and we're top 10 or top 12 within science, and reading, we're within the top 10. This has been provided by the PISA statistics. If you know PISA, they do the student Excel scores like every 10 to 12 years. They actually gauge all the students across the world based on literacy ratings. And so what I realized was since Facebook, since Instagram, since TikTok, since Twitch, since X, formerly known as Twitter, the education in America has gone down significantly. So since we talk about the negative social media, I thought it was only right that we talk about education. How has social media negatively impacted education? We could talk about attention span, attention awareness. We could talk about algorithms.
Let's talk about productivity and focus.
For sure.
So we can take this all the way back to kids because I know you have nieces and nephews, little cousins. You probably got little cousins, nieces, and nephews. I personally watched my niece grow up. So with my niece now, she's smart as hell, sharp as a tack, you know? But when it comes to the reading, she's not as fast as a reader as she is fast to learn a TikTok dance.
Yeah, facts.
You
Right.
feel me? It'll take her a couple minutes to learn a TikTok dance, and she hit it, boom, on the spot. But when I tell her, Ava, read what that says, she kind of got to sound it out. You
Yeah.
feel me? So I think social media, it has the negative impact. It has the kids aware, I would say,
For sure.
aware more.
For
of
sure.
the whole world and the bigger picture. But when it comes to the education, social media is taken away from that because kids aren't reading as much. They not like with today when I was at work. Kids are not as visual learners as they should be.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow.
You got to explain stuff to them 2, 3, 4, 5 times for them to understand it. And it's like, why aren't you understanding? I know why, because your focus isn't there because of how quick social media is.
Yeah.
Boom. It's like you look at this 5 seconds, boom, I'm on to the next thing.
Yeah.
But when it comes to real life, nothing really is like for 5 seconds. You feel me? If you're driving for a long time. Your attention span has to be a long time. You feel me? If you reading one page, like what is that gonna do for you? You need to at least read 10 pages.
Yeah.
If I'm doing a math problem, only simple math takes a couple minutes. Real life math takes, you feel me, a long time to figure out.
That's like budgeting, financing, investing.
Exactly.
That's real math.
So none of that stuff, all of that stuff that we just talked about, that takes a lot of attention span and a lot of focus. You know, so the productivity has to be there.
Yeah.
But if our attention span isn't there, the productivity is not gonna match.
And that's another thing, like I said earlier, like I got a bunch of nieces and nephews, and I feel like personally, like it's the consumption part. I feel like if they spend as much time as they did on social media as they did reading, writing, or being actively doing something besides their phone, it would be different. So I told my nephew, I say, man, look, imagine a movie, right? And the main character is sitting on his phone scrolling. Is that movie gonna be entertaining?
Exactly.
You gotta make your life a movie, bro. You
Exactly.
want to be able to educate, entertain, and do that. And that's another big thing with parents too, though. We're not just blaming social media. I don't want people saying that, but it does play a bigger factor. Like, and I feel like people should be more aware of what they're doing. Like, being like psychologically, even being on your phone a lot. Like he said, brain rot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Brain
saying?
rot.
People rather watch like streamers. People watch other people's whole lives
Exactly.
Man.
while they have one.
Exactly.
And don't do
nothing.
shit.
And don't
Exactly.
progress.
That
in
is
theirs.
so crazy to me.
It's weird, for sure.
So another thing I like to speak on regarding this topic, my dad, one of my kids' dad was being funny. He was like, my son, he just went to a dance last night, whatever. He talking about the girls. he was like trying to give him advice, telling him you got to talk to the girls in person. He was like, "Shut up, Dad. Like that's not how we do it." But I'm telling him like, yeah, like a girl will like you more,
Right?
because she will be able to understand you more from talking to her and having a real conversation in person.
Man.
Through text, the message is not going to be received the same
right.
or as clearly.
Right.
You feel me? So that's another negative thing. Like now the kids are in aspect. Oh, I'm shooting in the DMs. I gotta
communication
is
is
pictures. I gotta follow. Like, no, bro, you don't even have to follow a girl. You ain't gotta be in her DMs. Nothing. If you have the boldness or the level of I don't give a fuck. You feel me? Like, I got one life to live.
Yeah.
You feel me? I'm gonna go talk to this girl, and that's why I think social media has also taken a negative toll on just kids and people nowadays, because everybody want to be in the DMs or whatever.
Yeah.
But you need to go out there and make real connections. So one thing I heard today is how it was a doctor. She was talking about you don't use your social whatever it's called. You feel me? So if you stand in the house, no, just like your social just
battery,
your social battery.
Yeah.
So if I'm staying in the house healing or isolating myself, that social battery or social awareness is gonna go down because I'm being to myself.
Yeah.
So it's like you gotta also have a healthy balance of isolation and healing going. You feel me? So that way.
Yeah, we got you. Free game for the podcast.
Yeah.
It's something called social fitness, and it's how well you can manage your relationships. I feel like social fitness in America has definitely gone down due to social media. And also, another thing is expectations, bro. I feel like with the negatives of social media, and Xavier pointed this out last week on the call, it's like the expectation. Like when you see 19-year-old saying they're making $2 million, he got a Ferrari, he got this, he got that, and you got another 19-year-old, he working at Walmart, and he's seeing that. He gonna feel like he behind in life, but not knowing the only reason why he got that $2 million because that $2 million was inherited, and his daddy paid for that house, and that Ferrari, his grandpa had it and gave it to him. It's a lot of stuff you don't see behind the scenes, and that's included with myself, even with the working out thing. Like y'all know, I used to run cross country and track in high school. You know what I'm saying? And it's like people say, "Damn, you just came out to work and you started running," not knowing that I've already done this before. Even with the calisthenics, I've already done. I'm just now getting back on it. So it's just like you can't compare your chapter 1 to somebody chapter 40.
Exactly.
You don't know what, and also you don't know what somebody else is going through in order to maintain what they have. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot with that.
Yeah. And let me bring up these three bullet points about the damage of social media in our youth. The first thing is going to be addiction and dopamine dependence.
Definitely.
The second one is going to be body image issues and appearance pressure, as well as one of the most important that's probably going to get the least amount of knowledge going to be sleep disruption.
Man, look, word to Tim, a lot of you niggas fat. That ain't social media, it's you.
Man, get in the gym.
But let's talk about this sleep. What is
Sleep
it?
disruption. So they
Sleep
say
disruption. You know,
insomnia, poor sleep quality, low energy, weakened immune system, academic decline. Sleep loss also worsens depression and anxiety.
Exactly, and all of that is like straight facts because that comes from scrolling on your phone all day, insomnia and stuff like that. Because you know your body ain't been active, you ain't did nothing to get your brain warmed up or nothing like that. Your whole body just cold because your heart rate ain't got up to past 100 in 3 months. You know, so sleep disruption is a real thing, and if I don't have the proper rest, my brain is not gonna function. A lot of people don't realize that because they so focused on just staying busy in today's age, just because what they see on social media. You know, so rest is important. You know, God wants you to rest. God looks at it disrespectfully if you don't rest because you thinking you can handle it all on your own. Like God tells you, do your part and I handle the rest. So people trying to do everything. You feel me? You're not capable of doing everything, or you gonna burn yourself out.
No, facts. And I'm glad with OTM we ain't never had nobody on the team had a problem say they had a social media problem.
You talking about like addicted to social media?
Yeah, we don't have nobody on the team like that.
I mean, how many people are gonna honestly say they're addicted to social media? 90% of the world wake up and spend the first hour on their phone scrolling. And 100% of those people are not gonna say they have a social media addiction.
That's true.
Facts.
That's true.
So it's like you gotta bring into your routine. If you really want success and stuff like that, you gotta study people who are successful. Most billionaires and millionaires, they wake up and they have a routine where they don't even touch their phone first 15 minutes.
Hours
maybe even first hours of the day. They spend reading, exercising, enjoying family time, or just getting their whole mental right prepared for what the world brings. If you wake up and the first thing you do is grab your phone before you even thank God, your day is not heading in towards the right direction.
I just also think, bro, with a phone, bro, it's so much you can do, bro. You can literally invest from your phone. You can research from your phone. You can get real life information to help your life with your phone. And my thing is, it's not about you being on your phone. I used to write books on my phone, but it's like, can you do something productive?
On
These
that
phones
phone.
are $1,000, bro.
Yeah, and you can
Man.
make $1 million or $1 billion off your phone,
One
but it's
thing
just how you
that-
use it.
One thing that the world may not understand about these smartphones, right? I'm gonna do this little flex, bro. Right, these smartphones that we have right now in 2025 have more power and technology than the first spaceship that went to the moon.
These niggas be
So I want y'all to understand the fact that you can make money out of thin air invested in the stock market, option market, Robinhood, the fact that you can make a graphic on Canva and you can sell it on Amazon, the fact that you can go make a book off your smartphone notes, type it and put it in the AI program that's going to, you know what I'm saying?
It's
So many ways.
It's so
man.
much ways.
Basically, that's what he's saying, man. So
Right.
many ways, and you
But
niggas out
let's-
here playing around.
Man, and let's talk about social media affecting our physical habits because social media, when you consume social media, it gets you out of the mindset of preparation.
Oh, for sure.
Right? Procrastination is at an all-time high. You don't focus on planning your day. So social media, I feel like declines in your sleep, but low sleep, I feel low sleep leads to low dieting. Low dieting means to low energy. Low energy leads to more low sleep. No sleep. So I feel like you put yourself in a cycle by not understanding how social media is actually impacting you on a daily basis. Because if you can spend your first hour scrolling, but you don't take a breath of fresh air, you don't drink a glass of water, you don't walk outside. Some people wake up and have pets, and I've done it before. I'll spend my first 2 hours waking up scrolling on social media, and I didn't even take my dog out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But my dog is
what
a
type
pet.
of owner is you, bro?
Nah, for sure.
Your
And
dog didn't wait all night.
Man.
You sleep for 10, 12 hours. Your dog got to pee. Then you wake up another 2 hours. So
Scroll.
that's 14 hours. The dog got to shit now. You
Right.
ain't let the dog out. Now you shit in your house. Now you mad kicking the dog.
No.
Why you
Right.
shit in my house?
Man.
You ain't take him out. Like, come on now.
Because because I've used social media as a distraction, and it's like, bro, you don't realize how a few scrolls actually take so much of your time. Like, it's been times where I've before I got in the shower, I just start scrolling on Instagram, and then I look up, man, the water been on for 30 minutes.
Yeah, doom scrolling.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like,
man.
you know what I'm saying? Gratefully, the water's still hot. You know what I'm saying? But
A little warm.
nah, you know what I'm
feel me?
saying?
Lukewarm.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying? So social media, I feel like let's talk about our next topic, man, because if it's not physical, it's gonna be mental or spiritual. So what y'all got in store for us, man? Let's go job, man. Job.
okay,
What you
let's go
got
to
for
job.
us, job?
I think hustle. Let's get it, man. Look, hustle culture, bro. I feel like personally, the interpretation of it is like when people see certain things, or seeing people constantly working on their business, working on their body, constantly making money, getting new clients. I feel like the interpretation of it takes it that people see it as like, this is all you have. You know what I'm saying? And with hustle culture, a lot of people who do want to get into hustle culture, they really not even know hustlers, bro. Some people, some people really be 9-to-5ers.
Yeah.
Some people really just you know what I'm saying. Some people just be smooth sailors. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like I feel like with hustle culture, a lot of people jump into it thinking that it's easy because they seen it on social media, but also don't really know like with hustle culture. And I don't like to say hustle. We gonna call it entrepreneurship. It takes a lot more.
Oh, yeah,
Man.
for sure.
It takes discipline, consistency. It takes a dedication. It takes faith, and also it's gonna take time. So I feel like when people see people saying, "Oh, I didn't blow up in a year," they don't know that year they blew up, but these last 5, he was going crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Now, kind of like with OTM hustle culture, like how when we, like people from the outside don't know until they watch this podcast or until they talk to one of us, they don't know that for the past 6 months to a year, we held it to ourselves to elevate ourselves, to develop ourselves. So it's like most people may want to be a part of OTM, but we're going to tell y'all, if y'all want to be part of OTM, we're going to tell y'all what we did in the past to how we got to where you want to be a part of us now. And in the past 6 months, if you're not ready to wake up and journal and start your day, if you're not ready to hop on a call at 7 a.m. and read the word of God or pray with your brothers, if you're not willing to run a mile, 1 mile, not miles, 1 mile, if you're not willing to watch something educational, learn a quote or learn a podcast or learn a gym, if you're not willing to do those things, it's like, why do we want you a part of OTM? Because you want to be with OTM for what we put on stage. But it's like, this is what we did behind closed doors before we even bought the stage.
Yeah, the process and the journey that people.
So everybody
fall
can't be a
out
part
of
of
love
OTM, not because you don't have skill set, you don't have talent. You may be talented, you may have the skill set, but
you
the
have the
reason
work
why you
ethic?
can't be a part of OTM because you ain't got the work ethic.
No, fact.
And me and Jah had this conversation. I said, I want the people in OTM to know success is not based off your talent. success is based off your work ethic.
Facts.
Just because
sure,
you're a
100%.
great rapper because you have an exquisite sound, you're skilled with the keyboard, or you're a great artist, you
It's
can
all
paint the
facts.
meanest. That does nothing if you not having a work ethic.
Yeah,
So when we talk about hustle culture, I want to understand a true hustler is the 9-to-5 worker, because that person right there is gonna wake up every morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, go work 8 hours a day, come home, probably take care of some kids, probably go to his son basketball game,
Yeah.
even though he ain't got the gas to get to the basketball game, but his son playing and his son might start
Yeah.
today, so I gotta go to the basketball game anyway. Then I gotta come home, I gotta hope my wife got a meal. So it's like
I'm
hustle
glad you
culture
cleared it up
is
for me, bro.
more than just being an entrepreneur.
Yeah, I'm glad you
and we
cleared that up
actually
for me.
got to stop limiting the hustlers to the entrepreneurs, because the janitor is a hustler.
Yeah.
The car wash, the person standing on the intersection at Beach Nut and Bel Air with the car wash to ready to wash the car, he a hustler.
Yeah,
He gonna stand there for 12 hours a day, and you think he being a bum, but he gonna touch 3,000 cars in 12 hours, and he gonna make $400.
No, facts.
You know what I'm saying? So we got to get out this mindset of social media is actually killing the hustler.
Yeah.
Because it's easier to make money. It's
Oh, yeah.
easier to hustle.
And making people more lazy.
But the
because
thing
now I
is-
can do
yeah.
everything through my phone.
Right. And the last thing I'm going to say is to listen to y'all on this topic. People don't understand is that hustling compounds.
Facts. Yeah. Hell yeah.
The floor is y'all.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I would like to
Hey,
go back
yeah.
to when we were talking about the image thing. So one thing I would like to say, before social media, I did not know 19-year-old girls with BBLs, 20-year-old girls with BBLs. I grew up, women, regardless of how they look, they love themselves. You feel me?
Yeah.
Some did not, but go and get a BBL or your titties done at 19 before your body has even fully developed.
Man.
That's a social media thing.
Mhm.
Because if you couldn't see another girl with a BBL and how good she look on social media, you wouldn't
wouldn't
even
ever
have
got
that
one.
thought in
Yeah.
your mind, oh, I need to go get my BBL done.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Facts.
So that's just a negative thing. And now you got even little kids that are looking at their physique and be like, oh, damn, I want a six-pack. Oh, damn, like, I need to do this, and
Yeah.
this, just to get my body right or whatever to look good for social media.
Not knowing that the person you looking at been training for 10 years.
Exactly.
Somebody on social media I've been looking at, bro, like no Diddy. You know what I'm saying? He been working out. You know what I'm saying? And he said on a video, I've been training for the last 8 years. I say, okay, that makes sense.
Exactly.
Not knowing he just started his page in 2020.
Exactly. He
You know
just
what I'm
started posting.
posting. You know what
but
I'm
he
saying?
been
doing
on his
it.
routine.
Yeah, been
Yeah.
doing it. You know
You
what
know?
I'm saying?
So he just gave y'all a glimpse into his lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's basically all it is. Like, bro, whatever your lifestyle, whatever your routine is, it's gonna show. You feel
Yeah.
me? So that's just the negative impact that it has, because a lot of people don't have routines.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't have things that they doing to just get better. If I'm scrolling on social media every single day for hours on end, I'm not getting better. I'm only getting worse
And see,
worse and worse.
to clear what Chino was saying with OTM, you know what I'm saying? Y'all don't see what we doing behind the scenes. Everybody say life is chess, not checkers. Look, when you playing a game with somebody or chess, you can see every move they making. With social media, you don't see every move that OTM is making. So it's gonna be much harder for you to even depict or even predict what's gonna happen next.
Right.
So
you
that's
got to
the
be
biggest,
in the mix to find out what the
yeah.
mixture is.
Yeah, facts. Like so.
Nah, for sure.
It's a lot with that, bro. But this social, and then mind you, social media is fake. This shit came out in 06. Facebook came out 06.
Yeah.
For shit show. MySpace was already popping, you know what I'm saying? But to say, nigga, we older than social media. So if you on
Yep.
social media and taking this shit too serious, get your ass off social media, go to the gym, get you a job.
Nah,
And if you
facts.
got too much time, get you 2 jobs, nigga. Like, what the fuck?
So what I like to piggyback and say, if you taking social media too serious and social media is a big part of your life, you need to get your fucking life right.
Don't go.
Nah, for
Basically.
sure.
And that's what OTM telling you today on this podcast. We telling you all the things that y'all doing wrong because your mom ain't gonna tell you, your daddy ain't gonna tell you, your parents, I mean not your parents, your siblings ain't gonna tell
Yeah.
you because they just don't want to hurt your feelings. We don't care about feelings over here, all right? You feel me? So we gonna tell you straight how you need it.
Get off.
Y'all
that
ass need to get off these phones. Y'all need to get in the gym, start cooking, do something,
Start
go touch some
cleaning.
grass, go sit
Start
outside,
reading.
read a fucking book, do something just to help your mental. And then
Man.
I promise that death rate, decline, suicide, depression, anxiety, stress, all that shit will go down.
Because a nigga
Yeah.
actually living. Your life like a movie or real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
It's hard to think about what somebody else got going on when you providing for yourself.
yeah,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
And I would like to say another thing. Just a couple minutes in the sun can already change your mood.
Man,
Yeah, yeah.
without a doubt. And so as we wrap up, you know what I'm saying, this episode of the negative social media, one thing that I think is important that we talk about is how social media, the algorithm. That I wanted to bring this in specifically because we talk about the negatives of social media. You got to understand your algorithm is a personalized.
Reflection.
Is a person. I'm gonna say this. Facebook sent you a custom employee that works for you at all times. Meta, Twitter,
that's a good analogy.
Instagram. They sent someone, a robot that's studying you 24 hours a day, 7. Social media knows when you go to sleep. If you don't know that, Instagram knows when you're asleep.
Mm-hmm.
TikTok knows when you're awake, right? You share your location. Instagram knows when you're at school. TikTok knows when you're at work. So I want you to understand, we give social media so much power that this algorithm is built to actually keep you in a mindset of we're going to give, you receive what we feed you. And when you get to
cage.
Right, when you get to someone only giving you what they want to give you, you stop thinking, you stop being creative, and you limit yourself to your possibilities because you're only taking in what has been given to you and not what you earned or not what you deserve or not what you can find for yourself.
But that's only when it's negative.
Yep.
When it's positive, it's a lot different.
Right.
Because when it's positive, it's like you seeing somebody doing some shit that you do on a daily. It's like, okay, let me make sure I do this today. You know what I'm saying? See somebody eating right.
Kind of give you a reminder.
My reminder. That's what it is. So that's why, I'm glad that was a great analogy. That was great.
Nah, for
and
sure.
This CFO speaking, y'all. Sauceleesmith. Make sure y'all follow him on Instagram. Man.
You dig?
All right, fellas. And if y'all do not know, y'all know what time it is. It's time for us to get to the time where everybody get about the current event. Chino, you got your current event?
My current event.
Wait, hold on, wait. You got yours? John, you got your current event?
I got mine.
Let's go, man. I just like pressing this button. I know if you're watching this on YouTube right now, you don't know what we're doing. But we just going crazy. I seen somebody on YouTube do this. I'm copying his style, but I like how it goes. So guess what? If you ain't tapped in, you tapped out.
Get your damn thing out the button.
Absolutely, yes.
All right, my current event,
Let's
man.
get it, man.
Shout out to Prairie View A&M, man. I'm a
HBCU.
former PV Panther. We in that SWAC championship playing Jackson State. PV, go ahead and bring it home, and then we go take that HBCU national championship back to the hill, man. Let's get it.
So real quick, we talking about current events, man. What does bringing a national championship do for PV, but also what does that do for HBCUs?
I think the HBCU culture is definitely going up because we have more people giving back into it. So I think PV bringing home a national championship, that puts PV where I always thought we should be, top contenders every single year because that's what we were, but they weren't giving us our respect. We finally getting the respect because we put in the work, put in the years, put in the hours, all of that. So now we finally get our respect. So now it's time to bring the rings and the accolades to Prairie View. So now we got the full circle of excellence.
Okay.
sir.
What's the
Black
biggest misconception since you played that quarterback at PV?
Receiver.
Receiver.
Yeah, I play receiver.
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 You played quarterback at
both.
Lamar.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
third
yeah.
string. I was third string quarterback, starting receiver.
Yeah.
You
So what's
feel
the
me?
biggest misconception about playing D1 football at an HBCU?
The competition level, bro. It's still some dogs out there. You feel me? Like people come from all over football. You feel me? We've been playing football since we was little kids. HBCU still got some dogs. You feel me? A lot of them. I would say the difference would be the coaching.
Okay. Are you talking about financially the coaches
Also
we can
funded.
afford or the
Also
coaches
funded.
doing their job?
The coaches that's doing their job and the coaches that we can afford. If we could afford better coaches, then they would have better results.
For sure.
that's-
And if there's one thing you would like to change about HBCU's football program across all HBCU's football programs, what would that be?
Alumni need to give back more. You see these big schools like Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, the alumni is giving back, and that's why they have facilities and that's why they're able to pay players
Resources,
and pay
connections,
coaches
yeah.
because the alumni is giving back. HBCUs, we need the same impact because a study shows we have more black millionaires than we ever did in our life.
Man.
So
where's
all the
wealth?
black people from HBCUs, we know y'all out there. Y'all need to get back to y'all schools.
Facts.
For sure. What about you, Jai? What you got for us, man?
What I got for y'all today, man. I just want to say this to everybody, and this is something that I've learned from you. Something that I also learned from OTM when we said earlier, compounding. I really feel like everybody should invest. The stock market right now, it's at a discount. Bitcoin at a discount.
Man.
All the crypto at a discount.
Man.
it's a good time to get into these AI stocks, these consumer stocks, because next year is gonna be rolling. It's a down market right now, but definitely $1 a day, $5 a week, or $100. Something to pop up, or $100 a month. Also, a lot of people waste money on a lot of bullshit. So if you can set aside $5 to $10 to invest as consistently as you can, I definitely want you to do that. Because I also just got my dividend from Pfizer, which is a medical company. It looked lovely.
I was just looking at Pfizer stock last night.
It looked lovely. A dividend for just holding the stock, and I'm sitting there looking at my phone like, damn. And I did it off my phone. And I bought the ticker. You know what I'm saying? I found it off from Instagram. Positive feed. You know what I'm saying? I follow people who trade stocks. He said, this is a good time to buy Pfizer. It's a good time to hold it. So guess what I did? Bought it, held it, just got a dividend, more money in my pocket. Feeling good. I'm feeling wealthy. You know what I'm saying? I'm staying muddy. So that's what I got for today.
Muddy as fuck.
Let's go, man. Let's get it, man. And then lastly, what I have for y'all, I was going to talk about the P. Diddy documentary, but in all honesty, this is all I want to talk about, the P. Diddy documentary.
Hold on, Savvy. Hold on.
50 Cent produced
While
it.
we talking about P. Diddy, go ahead and do it to him, Ja. Go ahead and do it to him before we get started, man. Come on, man. Put it in the camera. Let him see it. Let him see it.
Hey, put that up on camera, bro. Bro, it is in your hair right now. Show that to the camera, man. Hold it up, bro.
To the camera.
P. Diddy.
That nigga got a pocket size.
On my mom.
ain't
That's
never seen that.
hilarious. Hey, they did not know I was gonna bring up P. Diddy today. That is an unplanned prop, no cap.
Nah, facts.
But what I can say about the P. Diddy documentary, right? One thing that I found out about this, I did not watch the documentary in full, so I can't speak on it from a front to end, start to end basis. But I can say this about the production. Take it how you want it, take it how you leave it. 50 Cent is responsible for that documentary.
Oh, God.
Right now, we all know that. It's crazy. I sound like the Breakfast Club in my mind right now. We all know that 50 Cent and P. Diddy has been beefing for a long time. Now, this is one thing that I have with 50 Cent. We all know 50 Cent purchased that production land in Louisiana. He got his own. He's literally going to be, if not the one of the biggest businesses in the state of Louisiana, and black-owned businesses at that. And so one of his first projects was actually a documentary about P. Diddy. And so to me, I'm actually kind of set back by that, because I feel like all this power, all this money, all this notion, we're making money off of talking about someone else's downfall.
Pain.
Yep.
Now, whether P. Diddy is true or not, whatever the case may be, I'm going to leave that into the eyes of the beholder, the person watching, the person listening. You make your own judgment. But one thing I do not want us to be known for is taking our platforms to only tearing somebody down.
True.
You know what I'm saying? As much negative as P. Diddy has done, right, we can also highlight some of the positives that he's done. Not to say that he deserves to be in a spotlight, but it's just on some, I see a black multimillionaire talking bad about another black multimillionaire, as this black multimillionaire is being faced scrutiny on a level for just being a freak.
I think we should take the air quotes off that.
Yeah.
Take it how you want, right? But I just want to say this. The more that we talk about each other, the more the white man laughs, the more the white man enjoys it, because guess what? They don't have to spend their money, because instead of them spending their money to distract us with news about our community,
We helping them.
we're going to do it ourselves. So let's start thinking about how we can shift the entertainment, right? Let's start thinking about how we can shift the entertainment that we consume on social media.
I don't mean to cut you off, but this real baby oil. This ain't what Diddy had. He had some other shit in his shit. This real life baby oil, my nigga. So this keep my skin glowing, goddamn me.
Nah,
and I ain't
for
on
sure.
no Diddy shit.
And I want y'all to know that OTM is going to be doing screenplays, TV shows, and movies in the future. So we're going to be part of pushing the new narrative. So we're going to be
Yes,
having
Lord.
shows about black families, about black dads, about black sons, about black communities. We're going to have a show about black lawyers, black doctors. You're going to have drama. That's how I sell. But you know what I'm saying? When we think about black entertainment, I can only name a handful of black shows that I grew up watching where there was a positive father figure in the house. With the mother, they were still married and they made ends meet. They weren't struggling. Everybody Hates Chris, My Wife and Kids, Bernie Mac. Feel free to throw in Family Matters.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
You know what I'm saying? So that's 4. I'm probably missing at most 4 to 5 of the shows.
It's all good shit. The Cleveland show too, man. Shout out Seth
He's
MacFarlane.
stupid, bro.
Shout out
But
Seth
yeah,
MacFarlane.
man, let's make sure we remember it's entertainment. Social
Yes,
media is entertainment. Social media is a business. So as we watch and tune into this information, we need to make sure that we're thinking about the future of entertainment and how we can be a part of it positively. Because if your kids are going to consume it, your kids are going to consume it, my kids are going to consume it, I want to have my hand in what they consume.
Yeah, definitely. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Drop some comments so y'all can give us more topics to talk about. Whatever y'all want, like, we got y'all, man.
I
Muddy.
got one more.
Subscribe to
I got one
OTM
more
Muddy
thing to say.
Waters.
Subscribe. I got one more thing to say, man. Listen. If you don't like that motherfucker, fight that motherfucker.
Nah, for sure.
Muddy.
All right, bro. We out, man. Y'all know how
Yes,
we
sir.
rock,
Stay
bro.
muddy.
OTM, man. The hard way, man. The long way. Let's get out the mud.
Yes, sir. No diddy.